Kent Peter's Money Talk here with another video. And today's topic's gonna be you can be successful without college. So maybe when you were in school, you were that athlete in high school. You grew up in like a poor neighborhood, so your parents could not afford to send you to college. So being an athlete was your only way to get into college. You was hoping to get that scholarship. But then something happened. Maybe you got injured, or maybe you just did not get that scholarship like you dreamed of. So now you can't go to college. You feel like you lost. You feel like you're going to grow up to be a loser. It doesn't have to be that way. A lot of people in America, we have this image. If you don't go to the college, you cannot make something out of your life. You're going to be a loser. It doesn't have to be that way. That's not always true. So I'm going to talk about some jobs, some careers that you could do without going to college. Because I do got some friends that didn't go to college, and they're actually doing pretty good. They're not out there working a low-paying job, going over their life. They're actually doing pretty good, actually. So there could be other reasons you didn't go to college. Maybe you just weren't that smart kid. You didn't make the high enough grades to get into college. You feel like you lost. Let me tell you something. It's not over until the fat lady sing. That was the thing in the 90s and 2000s, by the way. But people don't really say that anymore, do they? But anyway, these are the jobs. Electricians. I mean, they make quite a bit of money. So electricians. So as an electrician, you do not need a college degree, but you will have to go to like some electrician school. And it's not even half as long as college. So you basically in and out. The next one, plumber. So let me tell you something. The plumbers do make a good amount of money. I think they make 6 figures. Let me see. How much does a plumber make? I'm just curious. So a natural average for a plumber is $56,000 a year. So that's really not that bad. That's around middle class. But the way inflation's going up now, it's kind of hard to tell what middle class is anymore. This couple decades ago, 30 grand a year would have been considered middle class. So that's the average, but some plumbers, according to this, when I'm looking up, they make $93,000 a year. So that's close to 6 figures, not quite. But I have heard that some actually do make $100K a year. So you were not able to go to college, a plumber could be another option for you, being a plumber. Again, you gotta take a class. Welders. They do make some good money. Let's see how much a welder made. They work with metal, repairing metal. So the average salary is $67,000 a year. I mean, that's pretty good. On the low end, they make $45,000, and the high end, $89,000. So that's actually not that bad. And I'm just going to type in how long is welding school. I want to know how long it is. So you can expect to complete welding training in about 7 months to 2 years. So basically, you be done with well school in as little as half a month, and on the high side, it's 2 years, depending on the program you choose. It's a lot faster than getting that college degree, I'll tell you that. Elevator mechanic. I mean, I don't know how much they make. I'm just gonna go by that. I'm just saying these as awesome. So I'm not gonna look at all the salaries on here. Just so I know. Police officer. So maybe you dream of becoming a police officer. Let me tell you something. When I was a kid, I actually did want to become a police officer. Yeah, when I was a kid, I did want to become a police officer for a while. I thought it'd be so cool to chase after bad guys. But then when I got older, I realized it's actually a dangerous job, because there was one cop that got shot and he ended up in the wheelchair. So then I kind of lost interest when I got older. Then I did get interest in it again when I was like early 20s for a little while, but then I got an interest in it again. So police officer, firefighter, no college degree for this one either. So I want to look at, see how much a firefighter makes. How much does a firefighter make? Let's look. So as of 2025, the average salary is 71 grand. So hey, I'd say that's maybe enough to raise family. I know in the old days it definitely would be, but the way inflation is kind of hard to say. But if you're living on your own, yeah, 71K a year, you'll be living pretty comfortable. You could be living pretty comfortably, as long as you don't live in a place too expensive. So 71K a year, I mean, without having to go to college, that's actually not bad. And remember, this is average, so you could make more than this. So now I'm looking at the monthly pays. I see Washington, monthly pay is 5 grand. All these, there's going to be some taxes coming out. Weekly pay, 1,200. Oh, almost 1,300 weekly. I don't know if they pay weekly or bi-weekly. My job pays bi-weekly. Correctional officer does not require a college degree. My brother does that. My brother and my dad actually work at the same place. Correctional officer. My brother's also in the Air Force too, so of course he makes more money on the side. So that is an option. Truck driver. Let me tell you something. These truck drivers, they make quite a bit of money, especially the ones that work that work across the country, over a road they call it. Let's see how much a truck driver make. Again, depends on the type of truck driver. If you're locally, I mean, I imagine you still make a good amount of money, but if you work like across, like over the road, like drive from like state to state, you would make the bigger bucks. How much does a truck driver make a year in the U.S.? So in the United States, the average annual salary for truck drivers, it varies based on the types of truck driving jobs. But the average is $95,000 per year. So almost 6 figures there. And they're saying this is the average. So no college degree. So You don't go to college at all, maybe you're a slacker. You didn't care about work, so you kept making the low grades. But then you're done with high school. You become a truck driver and you're making more money than half of people that have college degrees. Maybe more. So you're not a loser. You're making $95,000 a year. I'll be honest with you, you are not a loser. You are doing pretty good. So that's almost 6 figures right there. And yeah, that is enough to raise a family. My friend's also a truck driver. I don't believe he made that much though, because he drives. Actually, he does go overstate, but he doesn't go further than Georgia. He drives to Georgia and he comes back in a single 7. So it's not quite over the road. I mean, I had thought about doing that myself, being a truck driver. I mean, I imagine it'd be pretty fun too, get out. You're not in one area for a while, because sometimes people get frustrated staying in the same town, never leaving. But when you're a truck driver, you do get to do that. So there's train conductors. I'm not going to see how much they make. I'm just putting it out there. Commercial pilot, non-college flight school. Commercial pilot. I'm not quite sure what that one is. But truck drivers, I think the class is like 8 weeks, if I remember right, because I was thinking about doing it like years ago. I think it was either 6 weeks or 8 weeks. So you can literally get a job as a truck driver like 2 years after graduating high school. While your friends are all in college depths, you can actually be having quite a bit of money in that bank account. So there's quite a bit of things you could do. There's quite a bit of jobs you could do without college. Sales. Yeah, you get into sales. Car sales. So you can be a car salesman. Insurance salesperson. And of course, there's a tech software. That sounds like you would need a college degree, but some entry jobs don't require college. So that is another option if you're like good with tech. You're probably thinking, man, I don't have a college degree. Nobody's gonna hire me. You might find somebody that will hire you. Then there's your entrepreneur jobs. Real estate. Yeah, you can be a real estate agent without a college degree. Again, you would still have to go to school for a real estate agent. Graham Stephan does that. And he did take class when he was like really young. Small business owner. So yeah, you can own a business without a college degree, believe it or not. Landscaping, cleaning, car detailing. I mean, there's more. As small business owner, you actually could make some good money without a college degree. And this is where I'm going to end it right here. There's like one more I'm going to go over, then I'm just going to end the video. You could make a lot of money from doing this, or you might not make any money. And that is a YouTuber, content creator. So maybe you're very entertaining. You can put that on YouTube, make a lot of money. If you could be, maybe you're good with pranks, because people love to see prank videos on YouTube. Maybe you just got some ideas that you think the world needs to hear, so you just put that on YouTube. And that's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm out here showing ways to make money without a college degree. Hoping people see this video wash it and learn and get something out of it. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, there's other jobs you could do without a college degree, but I'm just not gonna go over it. You know, I'll see. Did I say how much a police officer made? How much time do I have? Nah, I'll just end it. So some of these jobs I actually wouldn't mind doing. A plumber. Yeah, I have heard that they do make 100K. They can make as much as 100K. Elevator mechanic, I'm not sure how much they make. Police officer. I know it's a dangerous job. My brother, a correctional officer. I was telling my brother, I think a police officer should make more. I believe that's more dangerous than a correctional officer. I was telling my brother that. Because the inmates are locked up. They're the weapons that where they have in their cage. They're limited to the weapons they use. I mean, at least if you're a correctional officer, you don't have to worry about inmates throwing acid at you. Because where are you going to get acid from? But when you're a police officer, breaking down into a home, there's always a chance that the bad guy can throw acid on you. Which would suck. So I'm just pointing it out there. Obviously, the chance of that happening is low, but it is possible. Plus, they can shoot back too. When you're a police officer, the bad guy, they can shoot back. But as a correctional officer, the inmates, it's not a lot they can shoot you back unless they take one of the guns. But you'll be really in trouble then. So I hope y'all got something out of this video. Maybe you weren't able to get in college, so you feel like a loser. You tell yourself, you know what, I'm just going to stay at my parents' house, get drunk. Hopefully I die. It doesn't have to be that way. You go out there and get one of these jobs. You can still be successful. You can still have the life you always wanted. The White House and a pitch cherry fence, whatever they call it. But that being said, have a good day. Bye for now.